So in continuing to work on our seats for these Yellowstone Park coaches, I did some of this fitting up last time. I have my back fitted into my arms. I have the corner braces roughly fitting. Everything is oversized, of course. And when I put this together, I put the arms on first so that I could measure the width of the seat back and fit it in. But now I'm going to actually do it the other way around when I do the final assembly. I want to install the back first, and then when I install the arms, since it has a tendency to want to slide on that bevel when I set those screws up, that'll actually bring that tension or that pressure in close to the seat back bevels and make that tight. So if you remember, when I mounted the seat arms, I lined up this edge with the corner of my bevel and drew a line inside. So I have that line there as well. But also when this arm was in place, I used it to size the width of my seat back. And with these screw holes already having been pre-drilled and fitted, it should self-align in those holes as well. You know, stripping paint is one of those nasty, yuck, messy jobs. And it is something that will test your patience, because we want it done, and we want it done yesterday. Would have been better. But over the years, I have found that I prefer more of a paste stripper. It seems to cling, especially if you're going to do things vertically, but we're doing it horizontally here. And it doesn't dry out real fast. A liquid stripper, it's okay in its proper application. But you can see from my stripping paste here, I'm starting to get some color there, so it is starting to work. But the biggest thing is to put it on and leave it alone. We want to go in and say, oh, is it working yet? Is it working yet? Just leave it alone. If it starts to dry out because it's maybe too warm, just go back and put another coat right on top of it. That top layer of that paint is starting to soften up, and if you can keep that wet, it will just keep penetrating down through the layers of that paint. Well, these old coaches were painted with multiple layers. I have done them to where they are that same quality finish, and it's sometimes 15 different layers of primer and top coats, and so it can be really thick. And it takes time for this stripper to work its way through all those different layers. So stick it on, leave it alone. You know, I was about 55 degrees when I came into the shop this morning, and so I did start a fire, and we're about 60 degrees now, which is kind of a nice temperature because it doesn't dry too fast. So I'm just going to let it set, and periodically I'll come back and just see if I have any dry spots. I'll put some more on just to keep that area wet and let it do its job. Don't rush it. There's two ways I try to fit these. One is just to slide it into place, and I'm just touching here at the top. And the other one is to get it to fit, and then watch my space down here and bring this down to the main frame. I'm up just a hair there by 1/16 or less. I think we're right about there. I have the line marked here where they came off of the original one. It's kind of the same process. So this is going to give me 4 points, the 2 on the back, 2 on the arms, and I'm going to double check my measurements in the corners. I have these right now at 6.5, and double checking against my original seat. That's where I am at also, is 6.5. So that's going to give me 6 points of reference. And right in the middle of the seat, the height of the back, looks like I am at 7.25. So if I put this one also at 7.25, that'll give me 7 points of reference. stripper's been setting for about an hour. Let's see what we got here. Looks like it's pretty soft. And we're right down to the wood. Pretty easy work if you just let the paint stripper sit and do what it's supposed to do. And I'll get some soapy water and just a little brush and wash that off. Very little sanding with that. Never even put on a pair of gloves. Well, this seat back is nice enough that I'm going to save it and stick it back together. This is going to be just a test fit, make sure everything does fit. And I'll have to take it back apart and prime all the irons here. Hold it in place here. And if I do have to make little adjustments, I can do that even as I have it primed. This iron I might have to adjust a little bit. It's positioned a little different on the frame, but the left arm was broken. I twisted on it a little bit, but I think I have to do some minor adjusting. But I think this will be the driver's seat to that 11-passenger coach, and I think it's going to work well. It's nice to be able to save not only the old iron, but occasionally some old wood. On the other wood, the left arm was broken, not worth salvaging, and by the time I get it all tore apart to re-glue that framework, it's a time issue for me. I'm not doing this specifically to restore an old original. I am doing 99% of it new anyway, except the iron. But this is an easy salvage, so that's what I did. Anyway, appreciate you coming along. Thanks for watching.